Right, so we're back, and I have noticed that the oil pressure has dropped, and we're also getting the ignition light starting to come on as well. Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. So took Oscar for a spin last night, and on the way back he started developing a bit of a misfire, and then one of the key ways of kind of telling if your car's running right is the exhaust. So when I got out, I went round to the back and sort of had a little listen, put my hand in front of the exhaust, and really he should be purring, but it was kind of missing a bit and just doing all sorts of little, I guess, sort of like farts and burps really coming out of the exhaust. So I'm gonna have a look tonight, see if we can get it up and running, because we're supposed to be on a road trip on Saturday and weather's not looking too great at the minute, but hopefully I can fix it. So let's take a look. I'm going to start from scratch, go from the dizzy and work my way through and kind of see if we come across it and see if we cure it. So there's probably going to be a lot of starting up the engine, stopping and see if it fixes it and that, but let's get the old boy started up and then see what we find. That's him fired up now, so he's just on the smallest amount of choke really, just keeping him on fast idle, and once he's warmed up we'll have a listen to the exhaust. I'll show you what I meant by putting my hand over it, and then we'll get to trying to diagnose what's going on. Sod's law is he'll probably absolutely run fine now, and everything will be gravy, but we'll see. So I don't know if you saw there, I just notched up the fast idle screw just a little bit. I've been meaning to do it for a while, so it's nothing really to do with this test. I just, while I got the toolbox out, just remembered that I just needed to notch it up just the smallest amount. Okay, so Oscar's up and running now. As I thought, it's not doing what it was doing when it got back last night. So you can see that's all sounding pretty decent, it's all running pretty well. And then if we go down here, so I don't think you'll pick much of the sound up on this, but what's a really good test is you're kind of listening out for any sort of burbles, burps, farts, coughs, bangs, anything that's coming through this, and the smoother it sounds, a consistent sort of, almost like a purr, just a consistent purr, that's what you're looking for. And at the moment it sounds absolutely perfect to me. And what you can do, if you put your hand, put a glove on because you might get all black stuff on it, over the end here, gives you more of an audible sound, so that you can actually hear and pinpoint if there's any variances in that. Hello. So hand on here, I don't know if you'll hear it or not, but it's just a nice consistent burble, no sorts of coughing. That's how Oscar normally sounds when something's up with him. It's normally more of a cough sort of sound coming from there. So there's one then. I think what I'll probably have to do is take it out for a run, kind of do what I did last night, and then bring him back, park him up, and then see what it sounds like then. It could be that he was a bit flooded last night or something like that, but we'll take it for a spin, come back and see if it's the same. So initially when I got back last night and heard it, it just sounded like he was running a bit rough. And I suspected that it might be the points, but if it was the points, then it would be doing it again on startup tonight, so I don't think it is that. It might just be one of those mysteries of classic cars where they almost seem to have a personality of their own. 1 minute absolutely sweet, then they throw up a little problem, you think you've got something wrong, and then it's gone again. So it may have just been related to something that happened last night out on the drive. Sorry it's a bit dark, we're losing the light now. We're back, so let's park up and see what the idle's like. Right, so we're back, and I have noticed that the oil pressure has dropped, and we're also getting the ignition light starting to come on as well. So we definitely do have a problem. So I think we need to go into diagnosis mode and see what's happening. That little guy there is definitely flickering a little bit in the background. It's getting stronger as well the longer we sat, so let's have a quick look. So now it's kind of making that noise on the exhaust. See, when we listened earlier it was purring. Now it's got that almost like a surge constantly going through it. It's not necessarily coughing on this one, but it's like a surge. Really lumpy, so I think it's probably worth pulling the Dizzy off and having a look, but might be a job for another day now. Right, so welcome to the heart of Oscar. Plan is I'm just gonna pop the HT leads off. Just take the lead off to the coil, and we've got our Dizzy cap off. Right, that's off. Right, I made the executive decision we're gonna finish for tonight because we've lost the light. Try and get on it tomorrow. It looks to me that the points aren't fully open yet, so I need to get the handle out the boot, turn the engine, so that we get the maximum gap on the points, and then I can get the feeler gauge in there and check it. But I think the points have closed up, and that's given us the issue. But I'll do a bit of reading tonight as well, and then we come back to it tomorrow, and we can have a look, because there's far too many daddy long legs out here and it's sweaty.